Hi guys, how's it going? It's a beautiful day here in Eastern Oregon and I'm getting ready to plant up these gorgeous urns for fall. So there's this one and then we've got another one on this side of the opening. I think they're called the English floral urn from Unique Stone. If I'm wrong, we'll correct it on the screen, but we'll also link it down below. I just got these this spring and I've really enjoyed them here. They're just the perfect size and I love the way they look. I'm going to take this a different direction than I take most of my other fall containers. I'm going to avoid using cabbage, kale, pansies, mums, just something different. And I like all those other things and I plant a lot of my containers that way, but sometimes it's fun to do something a little bit different. So we're going to use all perennials for at least my zone 5 area. Let me show them to you. So the first one is a Rudbeckia called Autumn Colors. Look at that flower. This is fall perfection right here and they're huge. And this plant is just loaded with buds all over the place. So this one will bloom through the fall for us and give us a really unique look. And then I can plant this out in the landscape later and enjoy it for years to come. The next one is called Cherry Truffles Heuchera. Heucheras are an awesome plant. And this is almost like a cabbage or kale substitute, but we'll get more years out of this one. So it kind of gives you that weight, bold color in your container. And this one's got a beautiful underside, so it's got kind of more of the brighter red and then the dark kind of maroon on the top. So I think that that'll add a lot of dimension to this container. And then our spiller plant, I haven't decided if I'm just going to use one or two. It kind of depends on what will actually fit. This is a Goldie Creeping Jenny. And I thought that this would be a gorgeous kind of contrast to the other plants here. This one's also hardy. So really, I could, if I wanted to, leave these in the container and just keep them watered through the winter. Most likely they would do well in winter over. It's safest though if you can pop these out and put them out in the landscape, plant them, because they have more insulation around their roots. Now I do have a couple of other things that I may or may not use. So I bought these are faux hops right here. And I thought I might tuck some of these in for a little bit of a fall textural accent. And I also have these preserved oak leaves that I've had for ages. In fact, there's like pheasant feathers stuck in here. I've had these for a long, long time and I just use them every single year and I might tuck them in. I don't really want this to get too busy though, because I want you to really be able to see the way these plants look. And I do have another thing I'm going to put in the container. I'm going to go out to the vegetable garden and cut some corn stalks, and that's going to be my thriller. So what we need to do to actually start this project is just get some soil in the containers. I'm using the organic potting mix from Espoma. These already have a drip system run up through them, so I don't have to worry about that. We'll get this all filled. And I really don't think I want to fill it too far because I've got some pretty good sized root balls to deal with here. I mean, that's pretty substantial. And then I'm going to add in my starter fertilizer. And I think what we should do is go out to the vegetable garden and cut our corn first. I'm not sure that I'll actually place it first, but I kind of want to get an idea for height here. So let's head out that direction. Okay, so let me grab my pruners. I did some work out here the other day. This is ambrosia corn that I put in the ground from seed on July the 8th. So I'm hoping actually, let's check it, see what it looks like in here. It's grown beautifully. Yeah, it's probably going to be ready this week, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal a couple of the tops from these. Now they're not brown yet because they're still fresh here in the garden, but they will brown out and give us that fall corn stalk look really quickly. So I'm just going to cut a few of these. It won't hurt the corn at all because we're so close to harvest anyway. And I'm thinking like 3 to 5 stalks per container. I think I'm just going to cut 3 for each container and then we'll come back out if we need more. And this is one of the beauties of growing vegetables and growing your own things, is that you don't have to go out and buy these things. You can just come out to your own garden space and harvest them yourself. Okay, so I'm going to try a few of these out really quick. And really to anchor these, I'm just going to push the stems down in the soil. And this will be a pretty tight container, and so they should stay put. If I have any issues at all, you can always come in and kind of lash them together and tie them to a stake that goes further down in the container. That's totally an option, but I'm not going to do that unless I find it necessary to do that later on. So I'm going to just create kind of a pleasing looking bundle here. A lot of foliage down here. I'm going to tear some of this off. And decide if I want those. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. I might adjust. In fact, I probably will adjust. The first plant I'm going to put in is the Rudbeckia. Let's see what this root system looks like. Yeah. See, that's a pretty thick root system right there. I'm going to tear it up just a little bit so that we can make it fit a little bit better. And this doesn't hurt the plant at all. I mean, you don't want to tear the whole root system up, but a little bit is okay. It breaks up root memory if there's any root bound issues going on. And then it does allow us to fit it in. So, okay. What is the best side? And this one's gonna go kind of to the back here. Oh, that's already so pretty. And you can just manipulate your plants around until you like the way they look. And it does depend too on where you're seeing them. And we see these from pretty much all the way around except for directly right behind, even though you can kind of see through the slats of the fence a bit. So I want to make sure it looks really good on this side as well as all the others. Now the heuchera. And this heuchera is a zone 4 through 9. So really winter hardy. And this one's not root bound at all, just fluffing some of the extra soil off. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn this Rudbeckia around again. That's better. And maybe add another one of these. Do we need a fifth? Maybe. Okay, that looks good from my angle. Let me look. I need another one. I should have known. Usually when I think I can use 3 of something, I need like 7. I just want a little bit more interest right in here. I could spend a long time fussing with that, but I think that's good. Okay, now for our creeping Jenny out the front here. I think I am going to use both. And if you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see in there, but there is a nice little well left for this last little bunch. In fact, I think I'm going to toss a little extra soil in. Just want to make sure that all the root balls have soil firmly packed around all of them. So there's no air pockets or anything like that, and that way your plants will be happy. Okay, now, do we need anything else or is simple better here? Simple might be better. I'm kind of getting away from the whole jamming tons of stuff into my containers. I used to do that all the time, and I think that it's pretty sometimes, but there's a lot going on right there. I think that's really nice. Sometimes you do have to live with it for a little while too, and then add stuff as you go. Yeah, I think less is more in this situation. And I did forget to feed my drip tubing around, of course I did. So it's still hanging out the back side of the pot. So now I get the lovely task of feeding it around all these corn stalks. How come I always forget this? Erin, you need to remind me of these things. That needs to be your new job. That looks pretty. I am very happy with that. Okay, that means I need to go get more corn stalks and we will start on the next one. Both done, and oh my goodness, I forgot to put the drip in on this side too. Jeez. I swear, I don't know how I get anything done properly around here. Now we're done. And I think that they turned out so beautiful. I'm so happy with them. I did end up cutting quite a number of extra corn stalks because I kind of wanted to fill in on this side just a little bit more with that kind of interest. Now you can find corn stalks typically at your garden centers, at box stores sometimes, at your grocery store they'll sell bundles of corn stalks, of farmers markets, maybe in your own garden. If you can't find any, you can use branches out of a tree. I mean, I use my Scarlet Curls willow branches all the time. I'll use whatever branches I have around just to give me that kind of vertical interest without it necessarily needing to be a plant. And you can spray paint branches too. You can spray paint them gold, which looks really awesome in fall containers, or red, or colors of rust or bronze or something like that. But I think that these three together are absolutely gorgeous. And I just really wanted to give you guys an idea of something different than just your typical fall plants, which are also gorgeous. But this is just a fun alternative. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.